to Medica Nova Wellness Studio. I'm Dr. Angelika Maria Koch with the educational videos about optimal health and the most innovative and holistic approach to your well-being. So today let's take a look at what you can do about healing your TMJ, also called Temporomandibular Joint, with natural and effective therapeutic tools. TMJ usually affects your jaw, and there may be problems with chewing normally, or there's pain when eating. So in this video I share with you great tips how to meet this challenging situation. So enjoy. To stay updated with more ongoing videos, I encourage you to subscribe to my channel, share and like it with your friends and family, and don't forget to click that bell as it notifies you every time I upload a new video. If you're interested in my work and want to learn more, have a look at my website medicanova.net at the online academy, where you will find comprehensive certified home study online courses in homeopathy, health coaching, integrated mental health, quantum healing, and so much more. And if you're interested in booking a health consultation either for yourself or your children, contact me at health@medicanova.net. I'm happy to help here. So what's TMJ? Well, it affects about 10 million people in the US, and they experience some sort of TMJ symptoms quite regularly. About 70.8 million workdays are lost each year, due to this pain as well as lost sleep. People usually between 80 to 45 years are more affected, and women, especially in their reproductive ages, are very much affected due to hormonal changes. They may be more prone to stress and anxiety and loss of sleep. So TMJ stands for Temporomandibular Joint, also sometimes called lockjaw, and it's a term given to a collective number of disorders because it involves the musculature as well as the joints. So the temporomandibular joint is one of the most important structures of the jaw, made from hard and soft tissues that connect the lower jaw to the cranial bone of the skull. It allows for movement, for chewing, and for speaking, making this video. So what are the symptoms in general? Well, it's called a ganglionoarthrodal joint. It means it's a joint which has rotational movement as well as translational movement. I mean, it goes side to side, up and down, has grinding and hinging movements in there. It helps with everyday functions, with chewing food as well as speaking. Because the jaw has so many important roles and connects to many sensitive nerves, TMJ symptoms can really impair someone's quality of life. It's very painful. It also can even complicate teeth misalignments, orthodontic structures here. So it's not an easy symptom to heal also. So the symptoms are pain and achiness around the jaw, the neck and the face, the ears and the shoulders. Problems normally with chewing and pain when eating, I mentioned that. There can be this clicking and this popping sound also involved. Some even experience an inability to fully open their mouth. There can be stiffness in the jaw muscles, particularly when arthritis is involved. There can be headaches, trouble sleeping normally, definitely dizziness, ringing in the ear, tinnitus could be part of that. Actually, go back to a previous video I made about tinnitus, earaches, toothaches, joint pain, but also muscle spasms in general. Some even experience a swelling of the affected area. Researchers in the field of this temporomandibular joint generally agree that there are three categories here. One is called myofascial pain, and it means that there's a discomfort of the muscles. And the second one will be internal derangement, and that will be if there's a displaced disc involved or dislocated jaw, even injury. And the third one would be arthritis, and it means there's a degenerative inflammatory condition happening which affects this joint. Now, on the other hand, they say 25% of the people don't have any symptoms at all. They have full function of their jaw. But I think because it's a slow progressing situation, it should be tackled, right in the beginning, because later on it's much harder to heal. And, the joint sort of slowly inflames and deteriorates over time. Again, underlying more deeper causes could be hormonal imbalances, autoimmune diseases, and of course unresolved chronic stress. It's a huge part with TMJ. Because the symptoms of the TMJ may not present themselves until later stages of the disease, as I said, it's really important to tackle it right from the beginning. So what are the causes? Well, the whole thing is caused by an unusual pressure onto the joint. So it can be even from grinding your teeth or chewing your gum too many times, right? So the Temporomandibular Joint is located in front of the ear, and it allows for the upper and the lower parts of the jaw to meet and glide back and forth. It's a hinge joint, and it consists of several smaller parts that normally allow for movements without friction or pain, including, it's called the condyle, which is the rounded part, the movable joint, and the articular fossa, the socket that connects to the condyle. So it's like this. It's like, the shoulder to the sort of, grind on each other. But between this condyle and this articular fossa is a small disc made from cartilage. And that has the job of absorbing, any shock, pressure, or friction that can be affected. And it enables us, the mouth, to open and to close. So therefore we say it could be either the muscles which are affected, or it could be the joint itself. Again, I mentioned women are more affected here because of hormonal changes. There could be even nutrient deficiencies. Women are also more affected to periodontal diseases. The jaw is just more delicate here. And researchers found there is a link between estrogen and this TMJ joint also. Grinding of the teeth, I mentioned, is called bruxism, really puts a lot of pressure on both the muscles as well as the joint. And if you are nervous, if there's tension, if there's a lot of anger and frustration going on, people often grind their teeth. It's like a dog, putting your teeth into something and really can't get it out what you want to express. There can be injury to the teeth as well in the jaw, misalignment of the teeth in general, as well as poor posture. Right, overall, structural things. Stress is a huge part here. Can't emphasize this more. It makes it hard to sleep, right, and therefore it affects your hormonal system. In this case, a hormone called cortisol. Your adrenals are stressed, which then trigger more inflammatory responses within your body. If women are on hormone replacement, birth control medication, also that has a relationship to TMJ. Poor diet, what can I say? Of course, if you're deficient in vitamins and minerals, especially electrolytes and magnesium, there could be a relationship to it as well. And I mentioned arthritis, of course, fibromyalgia, autoimmune diseases, all of that can affect your overall joint health. Frequent gum chewing, on and off, chewing a gum is not a problem, but if you have on a daily basis, overstressing the jaw joints, there could be a big, sort of trigger here in just deteriorating your jaw more. But before I want to go into the natural supplements and the homeopathic remedies, which are so great here, I want to start with food for thought today. Again, the metaphysical meaning about TMJ. I always like to share that with you because I think there's a mind-body connection. I mentioned already there can be stress involved, frustration and anger, which aggravates this joint. So I want to share that with you a little bit here as well, and maybe it gives you some food for thought to go behind the symptom. So according to Jacques Martel, the jaw are bones essential for eating to begin the process of digesting and assimilating what I eat, whether it is food or the reality around me. Right? It's not just what I put inside me, but also what I absorb from my environment, my surrounding. They enable me to swallow realities, inasmuch as I am able to swallow them, physically as well as emotionally. They represent my capacity and my strengths in choosing to open myself to something or someone. My jaws, therefore, make possible safe exchanges with others. They open the way to truth and self-assertion. All the inner power that I manifest is symbolized in my jaws. The upper one refers to the relationship to my father. The lower one refers to the relation to my mother. Because they must meet as opposites to be effective, the jaws symbolize my capacity for facing the struggles or oppositions that I encounter or those that inhibit me. If I have difficulty with the joints of my jaws, TMJ, the joints appear to be unaligned, I must ask myself if there's a gap, a difference between what I think and what I dare to say openly. I'm experiencing an inner duality between telling or hiding the truth and my deeper feelings. There's a distortion between my emotions and my thoughts. And of course, I'm torn between what I would like to do, my wishes, and what I must do, my duty. The dreams I used to have about my future life are sort of totally different from the reality, and great disappointments and questionings follow from this. I'm losing hope of reaching my ideal as an individual or as a couple in society. I wanted to share that with you because I think this theme is so important right now in this very challenging time what we're experiencing. Right? We all are asking ourselves, where are we going? What is my purpose in life? Maybe I lost a job, now I have to reinvent myself. What does that mean, right? And so the frustration in all of us, it comes out in very individual ways, right? Some have to go to the streets, some have to join a riot, some have to, really dismantle the whole personal life, whatever it takes. We all go through big changes right now. So the positive affirmation in this would be, I accept to express myself freely. I'm fully guided in what I have to say, and also I reclaim my rightful place. I live in honesty in my heart and truth. So don't be afraid to say what you need to say, but do it with honesty, do it with truth, with integrity, and mainly don't harm anybody, even if you have a strong opinion. So with TMJ, the conventional treatments would be that eventually your doctor would say, hey, wear a splint, a bite plate, a plastic guard, just to reduce this clenching and the grinding teeth at night, right? That would be a good start. Surgery, I would say, would be the last resort, because replacement of jaw joints with artificial implants cause severe pain and also changes your natural bite and teeth alignment. I personally, if you want to choose some external therapies, neural therapy would be good, to really look for the trigger points which cause the nerve spasm maybe here. These are injections with procaine or lidocaine. Maybe you heard about prolotherapy. They use 20% of dextrose and 0% of lidocaine. It sort of aggravates a little bit the joint first, but then it produces, it's a natural wound healing therapy. So that would be one choice here as well. Now, when we talk about natural treatments and supplements, I would say definitely start using really targeted exercises and practices for the joint. And I leave in the description box some nice links for you, video links, to start using them. Visit your physical therapist as well as your chiropractor maybe. Really make sure your posture is back in place. A chiropractor usually opens up restrictions in the cranial system, the fluid and the membrane surrounding the spine as well as the brain. And it just helps you to readjust, regaining a good posture again. Qigong is one of my favorite practices. Helps to release stress, moves your chi in your body so you can really visualize, use imagery to get this good fresh energy back into your jaws, open up your expression. I love Qigong. It's really one of my favorites. Also, you can do, of course, yoga, meditation, deep breathing exercises, as I mentioned, guided imagery. It's very, very effective here. If you want to choose acupuncture, that would be also great, a therapeutic tool, as well as massage. I mentioned before diet. A diet is very important in terms of quenching the inflammatory responses within the body. So you want to bring in fresh food. And with TMJ, of course, you can't go and, go into like even an apple or a steak or anything like that because all it hurts. So eat soft food, right? Just make it smooth and chew it well. Maybe eat some soups first, stews first, easy to masticate food. Also, I want to bring in smoothies maybe, which are really great. I want to mention here the American Botanical Pharmacy. Dr. Richard Schulze has a great product called Superfood Plus Powder. I take it every day for years, decades actually. It's a great one. He also has a protein meal, really nice, organic, good, power-packed supplements here. You also want to quench the inflammatory process, and I would use here omega-3 essential fatty oils. You also want to bring in collagen. As I said, if you want to do shakes, use your superfood or your own choice. And anti-inflammatory supplements, I also would bring in turmeric. Really is wonderful, as well as some herbs and spices, green tea you want to bring in. And if you just want to have externally reduce your pain, maybe put in a cold pack or a warm pack that helps just to open up the muscles a little bit. Natural supplements, I would say definitely bring in glucosamine, which is a vitamin B complex, magnesium, 400 milligrams a day, vitamin C, calcium, and because the women also experience hormonal challenges, ashwagandha, it's an Ayurvedic herb, one of my favorites, always works. I take it too. That's why I can share that with you, because I take that stuff too on a daily basis and I know it works. Others say maca, kava, holy basil, but I think ashwagandha is my favorite. So to finish off this video, let's go into homeopathic remedies. Again, this would be a great combo with the suggested therapeutic tools I mentioned, because homeopathy really targets the specific key symptoms of your TMJ. Remember I mentioned that there can be sort of a popping sound, others maybe the face swells, others have maybe arthritis. And rather than being a sort of generic medicine, homeopathy really offers you this individual, personalized medicine. And the idea is that I'm going to share some remedies with you, and you look out for your specific keynotes. And then you match your symptoms with the individual remedy. And then it usually, you do see very fast improvements here. Now, homeopathy is safe. right? It doesn't have side effects. And for educational purposes for this video only, I really want to point out only remedies you can purchase at your health food stores. You don't want to make it too complicated, right? Homeopathy offers like 4,000 remedies. You want to keep it simple and accessible to you. As a dosage plan, you want to maybe get the potency 30. That's the over-the-counter potency. 1 tablet daily, maybe for 10 days. See how that works. But of course, always, contact your personal health care practitioner or contact my practice, Medica Nova, at health@medicanova.net if you need more further advice. So the first remedy is called Qigong. It's a wonderful remedy, well indicated for TMJ. And the specific symptom here that people have this contracted sensation as if everything is pulling in the jaw. The jaw is very stiff and it becomes very difficult for the person to open the mouth. Eating also becomes a troublesome process due to the pain and the stiffness in the jaw. It's also indicated for arthritic and rheumatic origin. And, I mentioned before that there can be a lot of frustration involved with TMJ, a lot of anger. Qigong has, as a personality picture, a very poignant expression of what I think the world is going through right now. That's why I also made this video. Qigong is a person or a personality which really believes in fighting for the better world. It's very sensitive to injustice. Really can't stand if someone is oppressed. He or she would be the voice for the underdog. These are the people who go out and demonstrate or join a riot and really say, this has to change. So, because they are so sensitive against injustice, right? And if there is no resolution, then joints or the jaw can be affected because this is the outlet for our voice, for our expression. So if people out there now experience more TMJ and fit more this personality picture, I think Qigong could really help you on many levels. Right? It's not I'm saying that Qigong will stop you fighting for a better world, but it takes this edge, a little bit down, the volume a little bit down, so it doesn't affect your overall health. Really amazing remedy here. Now I mentioned that TMJ also can be affected by arthritis or rheumatic pain, and here the remedy Rustoxicodendron is wonderful, again with the potency 30. Here the specific keynote is stiffness. Qigong has it too, but Rustox even more so. Stiffness in the knees, stiffness generally in your body. You maybe have stiffness in your hip, and the remedy you think can just cover the stiffness of your TMJ, but suddenly it heals your stiff knees as well and your hip. So the pain in the jaw may also be dull, aching, cramp-like. And again, we here see this cracking, this popping sounds. It's a person needing Rustox may get relief from warm application. I mentioned, some like ice packs or warm. Now, Rustox want warm application and it eases off this tension in the jaw. There can be also a history of injury. Right? Then if you are a very delicate person, very refined with a fine bone structure, and you have rheumatic origin of your TMJ, and you have pain which is now radiating to the temple or the head, right, to the side of your head, you think about silica. You see, the other remedies don't have that. They have stiffness, they have popping sound, clucking point. But here we have this, the pain really radiates up to the temple, to the head. And here also we have swelling of the jaw. Right, it can be very present. The teeth may be affected. There can be boring pain, sort of a very strong pain, a nature of a pain involved. Now, if you experience a TMJ where the pain now radiates to the ear, again to the temple of the head, but also towards the neck, then you think about spigelia. So of my left-sided remedy, the pain is very intense, tearing in nature. There can be facial pains, toothache, and again, it's not just radiating to the temple of your head, but also to the nape of the neck, the back of the neck. Think about spigelia. Another remedy, which is also a great skin remedy, eczema remedy, is called Miserium. It's called Daphne Miserium or Spurge Olive. And here we have obstruction of movement of the jaw. That means the person really can't open their mouth, same as with causticum. The jaw movement is highly impeded from the pain of the jaw. And the pain tends to radiate very much to the cheeks. Often it's worse in the night, and there could be also marked toothache involved. Right? So if your movements are impeded, then Miserium comes in very well. If you happen to have chronic constipation, and eventually the stool doesn't come out, also in children, right? And you have a drawing pain in the jaw, and the drawing pain extends again to the cheeks. There can be also this feeling as if the jaw is shortened, right? As if the muscles are shortened, everything is shortened. Again, pain worsening, chewing when opening the mouth, swelling of the jaw. Alumina would be a good remedy here. Again, when in doubt, please contact your healthcare practitioner, contact Medica Nova, set up an appointment with me. I'm more than happy to help here, just to find the more specific remedy. The last two remedies are Spongia and HEPA Salve. With Spongia, again, you have more of a cramping pain in the jaw. See, you have this tearing pain, you have a cramping pain, you have a shooting pain, and a healthcare practitioner would really help you to differentiate your specific kind of pain. But with Spongia, the pain radiates again from the cheeks swell up. Eating tends to be worsened with the pain, again worse usually in the evening, but here the keynote is as if there is a dislocation sensation of the jaw, right? It feels like, what, this whole joint is out of place. It's dislocated, very tender to touch even. And then the last remedy is HEPA Salve, and here we have a shooting pain, very sharp splinter-like pain which hits your ear even, worsens upon opening your mouth, eating. The face also can show a swelling of the affected area, and definitely toothache is affected here as well. So many times the TMJ pain can affect your teeth, and you think like you go to the dentist and they didn't find anything, or maybe a tooth was affected, right? Maybe from a root canal treatment. So it's a bit of a complex situation, and that's why you need somebody who treats you as a totality, right? You want to look at what's going on in your life, right? What are the stresses? Are there hormonal imbalances, right? Are you fighting for a better world and not getting anywhere, and it really affects you? Do you have lack of sleep? Do you have a nutritional deficiency, right? Is there arthritis involved, right? Or is there degeneration of the joint really happening? You need to really look at all the different causes and then find or create a protocol which addresses all of these, right, aspects, and not just, you get away with a bite plate, in the night in terms of calming down the grinding of your teeth, but it's just a band-aid, right? You want to go deeper. And integrated medicine, I think, stands here really well and holds the beacon, and there can be different solutions. So I think that's enough for today. Homeopathy, of course, offers many more remedies for TMJ, but for educational purposes and also just to inspire you, in using these homeopathic remedies, I want to keep it as simple as possible. If you have any more questions, contact me at medicanova.net or help@medicanova.net. I'm happy to help. And also have a look at the online academy for the comprehensive certified home study online courses. So for today, much love. Take care.